Okay, let's talk about a sensitive topic right now during COVID-19 shutdowns, closures, semi shutdowns, whatever you want to call it. A lot of businesses like my gym are completely shut down. A lot of my agency, though, is running as normal. Restaurant clients I have are partially running, doing delivery, doing some carry out, doing some curbside, doing some light catering to offices that are open and hospitals, things of that nature. But there's been a lot of disruption in business. And let's talk about a topic that I've seen as sensitive because I've seen both sides of it, but I want to broach the topic. And the topic is soliciting businesses to help them. So when you think about it, small businesses like restaurants, what I deal mainly with, have been affected dramatically. I've got some that have went from, $25,000 weeks to $12,000 weeks. I've got some that have went from $10,000 weeks to $4,000 weeks. I talked to one the other day that did $1,800 last week. That's a hard pill to swallow from a business standpoint. And it's also hard to swallow the thought process of buying something in those times. It's the reason I put off a house purchase I was supposed to close on 2 weeks ago until July, because I'm like, kind of a hard pill to swallow buying a house right now when this is happening. Let's wait a few months. So I've seen on LinkedIn, I've seen on Facebook, I've had clients come to me. I've had marketers come to me and say, Matt, what do I do right now? Because I know I can help a lot of businesses out there, but it's seen as taboo for me to reach a restaurant and say, hey, I want to show you some ideas that might help you in the interim, but also next month, 2 months, 3 months. And restaurant owners are getting upset like, hey, this is the wrong time to reach out to me and try and sell me something. I would argue the opposite, and hear me out. Now, granted, I'll say this. My company is not soliciting business right now. We're actually doing a lot of free stuff, a lot of webinars, a lot of consultations. But it's also because we're at a different point. A lot of marketing firms have been impacted. I knew a marketing firm that went from $10,000 to $2,000. Why? Because majority of their clients said, hey, we don't need money this month. And they're still helping those businesses, but this guy's business went way down. He's now thinking, crap, I got to pay the bills too. I know I can help businesses. I know there's things I can teach restaurants to do right now that will make an impact. Why is it bad for me to call them, for me to email them, me to message them? I don't necessarily think it is bad. I think there's a tactful way to do it, but I want to go to the other side of it. I was in those businesses' shoes. When we had our boat and RV dealership, I left the radio business in March of 2003. I was in it from 99 to 03. And I'll never forget it because there was two guys in the office I sat next to, Jimmy LaBarbera, Doug Smith. And I made a pact. I said, guys, when I'm off and doing the boat and RV dealership full-time, because I was doing both for 4 years, when I'm going full-time with the boat and RV dealership, I'm never not going to return the message or call of a marketer. Because we all, as radio sales reps, would call, email, stop by, and we got blown off so much. I didn't understand why then. And I said, you know what? When I'm running the show at our dealership, every radio rep, every TV rep, every yellow page rep, I'm going to take the meeting because I understand what it felt like on the other side. Within about a month, I realized why we didn't get called back. It wasn't possible. I had never been solicited so much in my entire freaking life. And so I had about a 6 month or a year period where, man, I can't take these meetings. And then I'll never forget the turning point. I had this guy that was reaching out to me over and over and over. And he kept calling me for this show, and I didn't really understand what it was, and I kept blowing him off. Finally, he sits down. I sit down with him. And I remember this because I remember thinking, man, you're an idiot, Matt. And I had blown him off for a while. And he finally gets in front of me, and he's like, bro, you are hard to get a hold of. And I really wasn't hard to get a hold of, except for I was doing a bad job of managing what I should have been doing, which is understanding how to market our business better. And I said, well, what do you do? He goes, well, I'm in charge of shows for the state of Kentucky. Every 3 months, we do a buying show where we invite certain parts of the government to come buy products. And they come here with an open checkbook and their budget, and they buy products. And we have nobody that comes at all with ATVs or with aluminum fishing boats, and you sell both. And we thought it would be cool if you could come every couple months, every 3 months if you want to, or you could alternate shows and display And people will walk up, go, I want 5 of those, give you a purchase order. At the end of the thing, you get your PO and you get paid. And I'm like, what's a string? What does it cost? And he's like, it doesn't cost anything. He's like, that's why I was blown away. I couldn't get a hold of you for the last 6 months or a year. And I'm like, oh, man. And so we did it. And guess what? It was successful. But I remember thinking, how many other opportunities are knocking on my door, but I can't get out of my own damn way. I can't get my own arrogance and head out of my way to have a meeting with. And so I would ask the question of business owners right now, and I'll just say restaurants, because that's what Matt Platt deals with. Restaurant owners. I guarantee you there's people that are calling you, emailing you, texting you, that have probably stopped by, that have mailed you something, that have direct messaged you on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram, that can help you right now. And it might not be expensive. It might be free. It might be expensive. And yes, I understand you get a ton of stupid messages. I get them. If I get one more person message my gym page that says, hey, what would you do with 30 more customers for your gym this month? What do you think I would do? And so I always get those, and I'm sure a lot of businesses get them as well. You get the stock messages that somebody has copy and pasted and sent out to 100 people. But I'll ask you the question. It's easier now to take a 10 or 15 minute phone call than it was a while back, or a Zoom meeting, because like stop buys, for example, most marketing solicitations should be local, probably are. And in the past, you'd have to come out of your restaurant, you stop what you're doing, do this. Nowadays, you can say, hey, let's hop on a Zoom call. Let's hop on a phone call. So here's my ask to businesses. Do yourself a favor and investigate what's out there. Investigate the opportunities to improve your business now, but also what can help you in 30 or 45 days? What can help you in 6 months? Because you know what's going to happen again, a major disruption to your business. I've been in business since 1999. Anybody remember September 11th? Big disruption. Anybody remember 2008? Big disruption. Now we've got 2020 with COVID-19, big interruption. And in between there were other interruptions in certain industries and downturns in the economy. If you're not prepared from a marketing standpoint, the next interruption is going to cause even more problems in your business. And some of my clients that are doing the best right now, I've got a couple that are up, are people that have taken marketing serious in the past and especially now. One client called and increased his budget last week because he sees the opportunity, because so many people are pulling back that it's like, okay, there's less people spending money on this marketing, which makes the marketing in less demand, which makes the prices cheaper. And social media, screen time is up. I've seen numbers like 60 to 80%. I've also seen like 600% in some apps. So there's more people, there's less demand, there's cheaper prices. I'm going to do it. So my ask of you is set aside some time, and on a daily or weekly basis, figure out 2, 4, 5 hours that you can have open. Go to Acuity.com, put a scheduler in there. You can put a link, and you can have 15 to 20 minute sessions. You can give that link to people and say, hey, and put your calendar. If you know this, you can hook it up to your calendar. So you can go to Acuity.com, hook it up to your Google Calendar, and say, hey, I want this link to be opened up to people to schedule calls with me during these times. It'll add it to your calendar. You can have instructions, email back and forth. That way, you're taking these meetings and you're hearing the opportunities, because now is not the time to ignore opportunity. Now is the time to take it. Every restaurant is asking consumers who are laid off to do business with them. You want to find more people now, more people in the future. Why not maybe help find people to help you find more clients? So just a different way to look at it. I know it's a sensitive subject because I understand the volume, because we manage hundreds of restaurant pages. We see the messages come through from marketers and from credit card processing companies, and from the one I see a lot of now is mobile websites and ordering widgets for websites. We see them all. There's a gluttony of them. But try and figure out how you can streamline the process to have conversations with as many of those people as possible. Block off that time, do an Acuity calendar link, give them the link, let them schedule every 15 minutes, do a 4-hour round robin, have a nice big beer next to you, take some notes, I can promise you there's a couple of those buying show opportunities that I had in my example that you're missing that could help you get more customers. So that's all I got. That's my live for the day. I will see you tomorrow. If you're new to this, my name is Matt Plapp. MattPlapp.com is my website. Make sure you check out mptv.watch. That's my podcast where I interview restaurant owners and operators. A new episode goes live every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's available on Stitcher, on Google Play, on Spotify, and then, of course, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. But check it out. But I go live every day, typically between noon and 4 to talk about a different topic. We're live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, and YouTube. So that's all I got. See you later. Be safe, and good luck in business. See you.